10 union facts and FAQs. This is from doitwithoutdues.com, brought to you by Amazon. This is Amazon's propaganda site to convince their workers not to unionize. Number 1, who pays for a union? You do. A union is a business that makes money from dues collected from workers' paychecks each month. How much are monthly dues? So yeah, that's true. A union does survive on dues, but part of the benefit of being a union is that a union has the ability to collectively bargain with the corporation that you work for. So as an individual, you go to the corporation and say, I want a raise. They say, ha ha ha, no. If you are part of a union that represents all of the workers that work at that particular corporation, the union can come to them and say, "Hey, all of your workers want a raise," and they can say, "Ha ha 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 ha, no," and then the union can say, "Well, if you don't give them a raise, they're not going to work anymore." And then Amazon is like, "Oh shit, they actually have leverage now." So being part of a union gives you leverage in negotiating wages, which is a positive thing. It means you get higher wages, thus making it worth it to pay the union dues. Will a union provide more job security? Yes, it will. But no, a union cannot create job security or guarantee you'll not lose your job. When we work together to improve our business and provide service to our customers, more business is generated, meaning more job security for everyone. Wrong. So a union can give you more job security because, they can limit the conditions under which you can be fired. How can they do that? With the same collective bargaining power that they can negotiate higher wages. Because the union can go as a representative of all workers and say, hey, we think it's bullshit that people are being fired for this, that, and the other thing. And if you're going to fire someone, you have to have a good reason. And if you don't agree that you can only fire someone under these very specific conditions and that the union can fucking intercede on their behalf if you do otherwise, then, that's another thing where you'd be risking a fucking strike situation. So, yeah. The fact that the union can call a strike, the fact that the union has some money standing by to fund a strike, the fact that the union has the ability to prevent scabs from taking on the jobs in the event of a strike, usually through creative means. You actually do have more job security under a union. I mean, ask anybody who works for a union in any other country where these unions actually are strong. Ask someone in a European country or Canada or something. They do have more job security. They can get away with a lot more shit at their job, and they're paid better. Because they can't just be, it's not like at-will employment like it is in America, because if your workers are unionized, if you and your fellow workers are unionized, rather, I don't know why I'm telling you from the fucking corporation's perspective, talking from your perspective, if you are unionized, if you're part of a union, then the union can use its collective bargaining power to ensure greater job security for you and your fellow workers. Number 3, will a union provide better wages and benefits? Yes. A union cannot guarantee better wages and benefits. With union negotiations, you could end up with more, the same, or less than what you make today. Yeah, unlikely. If a bunch of people join a union and that union negotiates for less than what you already make, then you're going to fucking leave that union. That's not going to be a successful fucking union. Once again, this is just common sense. The collective power of all workers can negotiate a better deal than any one worker in isolation. That's just common sense. That's pretty much my answer to all these, I'm sure. Can we try a union out and get rid of it later? Getting rid of a union, which is known as decertification, is a long and complicated process. The law prohibits Amazon from helping you get rid of the union since they are in it. Yeah, fine. They're not going to want out, okay? Do I have to talk to the union representative? No, nobody can force you to speak with union representation if you don't want to. Well, that's true. You don't have to speak to them, but you should. 10 union facts and FAQs. Continued, I guess. Do I have to vote for the union if I signed a card? No, it's your right to choose whether or not to vote against the union. That's also true. What if I have a problem? Who do I talk to? If a union gets you in and you have a problem, the union will decide whether to bring that issue to management. That's true. Will a union provide a safety and appeals committee? Amazon already has a associated safety committee and an appeals process. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars per year in union dues to get what you already have. Well, you kind of do when Amazon workers are being worked to the point where they feel the need to piss their pants. Like, I know about Amazon workers who've like literally fucking started wearing diapers to work so they could piss their pants because they didn't fucking have even the time to piss without fucking it. I forget what it's called, but there's like a system where everything you do on Amazon's dime is like timed so fucking rigidly that there's no fucking room for you to fucking stop for a second. And you just gotta fucking go, bounce around like a fucking ping pong ball, grab this, get this here, boom, 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 boom. If you stop for a second, you fucking off your time, and then it's like penalized because it's a serious fucking, you're worked to fucking death over there. People actually have been worked to death by Amazon, by the way. So yeah, their safety fucking procedures and protocols and appeals committee is a fucking joke. You're going to have a much better one when you have collective fucking bargaining. Will I have to go on strike? A strike is called when a union decides to do so. If a union calls a strike, they expect that you will not go to work, even if you need to keep working to earn money to pay your bills. Yeah, because that's the fucking bargaining power. That's the leverage that the union has. The union derives its power to negotiate with the corporation from the solidarity of you and your fellow workers being like, if they don't give us what we want, we walk. And we shut their fucking business down. We shut it the fuck down. If you're not willing to fucking do that, if you're not willing to flex that muscle and say, fuck you, Amazon, until you meet our demands, your fucking shit is shut down. If you're not willing to do that, then yeah, you shouldn't join a union. But if you are willing to do that, if you're a big ball motherfucker, and you're willing to fucking say, hey, fuck you, boss, until you give me what I want, you don't get fucking a second of work out of me, then yeah. Then you don't fucking join a union if you're not willing to fucking do that. If you're a little pussy bitch who'd rather fucking work for a slave's wage, then go ahead and be that. But if you fucking have a pair of balls, you might want to consider joining that fucking union. If the union calls a strike, will we get paid? If you go on strike, you will not be paid by Amazon, and you will not be eligible for unemployment compensation. That's true. That is true. So you got to have some balls. Being in a union, you got to have some fucking balls. But you know what? You have those balls, you're going to have a much better life. You're going to have a much better quality of life if you find it within yourself the fucking balls to strike. If you're willing to fucking stand up against these fucking corporations that employ you and say, I'm not fucking lifting a goddamn finger to help until you fucking compensate me and you give me you go to the fucking union boss, you fucking get your demands laid out, they fucking go, they negotiate with the company, they come back to you, they say, hey, here's what you got. The union fucking decides, like, hey, we want to fucking do this or not? Is this a good enough deal for us? If it is, you go back to work. If it isn't, you fucking keep striking. That's what it is. Is there tough times involved in that sometimes? Is there fucking times when you're fucking like, oh my God, are they ever going to fucking crack? There's that waiting game period where it's like, is the union going to fucking crack or is the fucking company going to crack? And maybe you fucking lose. Maybe you're on strike for so fucking long that times get fucking desperate and horrible and all that shit. But you know what? Better than being their bitch. Better than just being their little lapdog. Because you know what? If you fucking think, which way you think you're going to get a better deal? You think you're going to get a better deal when you join with the other workers and you all fucking say, as one fucking collective entity, fuck you, give us what we want, and then eventually they fucking do because they have no other fucking choice? Or do you think you get a better deal fucking being their obedient little lapdog and being like, oh, yes, master, yes, and I'm so good, I'm so subservient to you? You think they're going to give you more money like that? Or you think they're going to give you more money when you're like, hey, fuck you, pay me? Because you know what? This is America, baby. Hey, fuck you, pay me gets a lot fucking further than, But as a fucking individual, you don't have the power to take on a fucking big company like Amazon. As a collective, you fucking do. Yeah, that's pretty much that.